Hey everyone. So one of the questions is to walk you through a defense strategy. I'll give you an example of an interesting trial that we had. It was a felonious assault case, meaning that the person used a weapon of some kind to attack the complainant, right? So the victim in the case. There was two guys involved in a fight, and there's a couple witnesses. And one of the strategies that we went to trial on the case because my client claimed self-defense, and it was an excellent case for self-defense. He was in fact being attacked, the way he described it to the jury, and even the way that the one he was in a fight with described it with the jury, and it included even trying to ram a guy with the car, and that's how we got to the felonious assault. But the way that the fight happened, in a way it was described by some of the witnesses who say that they saw it, were different. So the witnesses who were watching this described it differently. And then I think something that really had the biggest effect on the jury is how after this fight, after it ensued and after it ended, how the witnesses who were involved in the fight, the one who was in the fight, and I think that person's brother testified where the client, my client, the defendant went, in which direction and how he went. We used a map and we showed the jury, and as the witness described how he fled or something like that, the testimony was completely different. So, and some of the testimony the jury could tell was so prepared by these witnesses. It really seemed like they got together and decided how they were going to, you know, really play false witness against my client. So the jury saw that and just read right through it. And that's just an example. So we had that trial strategy of asking those questions, displaying it on a map for the jury so that the jury can really visualize what these witnesses were testifying to. And it was a really good way to demonstrate what happened to the jury. And the jury just couldn't find our client guilty. They found him not guilty. And it was terrific. We had the opportunity to speak with the jury after the case. And that's how they described it. They said how everyone had a different, it seemed like they saw something completely different, yet they were only feet away. And to them, it seemed like there were parts where, okay, they were just kind of talking off the edge of their seat there. That's one. And the other parts that seemed a little bit too lined up felt a little too practiced, if you know what I mean. So that's just one example of the several sorts of trials that we've been in and different strategies we've used.